Our third episode. This is our death series. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And it's a good time to subscribe and like the video. Okay, so we are going to be talking about films that are cursed, or so they said. So this is where cast and crew passed away in horrific ways, from sickening murders to freak accidents. Okay, people, so be ready. And kids, if you're out there and you're watching, I guess hopefully your parents are around, and hopefully if it gets too scary, then you might not want to watch this. This is for those who do want to hear about this. Okay, so when actors and film crew pass away in mysterious and horrific circumstances, some of their films are accused of being cursed. Though skeptics call them tragic and coincidences, some movies really do have astonishing, disturbing events, associated with them, from on-set accidents to post-production murders. Okay, so Linda Blair in The Exorcist in 1973, a string of deaths and other strange events during the making of the movie led some to call the film cursed. Tragic accidents happen to film sets all the time, but the films don't take on this spooky reputation. In 2017, stunt woman Joy Harris, she died when she lost control of her motorbike while filming Deadpool 2. And Daniel Craig has even publicly denied an alleged curse on the latest Bond film, No Time to Die, after the production was hit by an incredible run of problems. An explosion on set injured a crew member, Grace Jones, backed out at the last minute, and even Craig himself needed surgery on his ankle, which he injured while he was filming. This is not sounding good, is it, people? It's sounding a little spooky, if you ask me. Okay, so Daniel Craig has publicly refuted the claims that No Time to Die is cursed. Okay, to add insult to injury, the original April release date was pushed back to November because of the coronavirus pandemic. Oh, but Craig says he hates hearing that the movie is cursed. It's crap to him, he told GQ, because I'm like, don't curse our movie. The new documentary series on Amazon, Cursed Films, looks at some of the most infamous hex movies in Hollywood history. And here are some of the most terrifying examples. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is The Exorcist. It's probably the most well-known cursed film of all time, and with good reason. In 1973, the flick famously follows the demonic possession of a little girl, but its horror story production has become as legendarily scary as the movie itself. Okay, so Max von Sydow's brother passed away on the first day of filming. That's pretty creepy, right, people? One of many deaths associated with the film. Okay, so you know what I think? I think what happened is the people are passing away because the director is using things on set that is real evil. That is what my assumption is. Evil as in the sense of purchasing a skull from a thrift store, and you don't know where the skull originally came from, and it must be some type of human remains that you have on set, and it shouldn't be there. So then you have all these quirky things happening. Okay, so a freak fire burned down the set being used as the family home at the heart of the story when a bird flew into a circuit box. In a creepy twist, the only part to survive the blaze was the bedroom where the exorcists are performed in the film. The crew even called in a real just priest, Thomas M. King, to bless the set after the incident. So they wanted a real priest on set to bless the set because of all the spooky things that were occurring. But arguably, the biggest reason people believe the film is cursed is the number of chilling deaths associated with the cast. Okay, so the next two actors, it says their characters past and their exorcists. Okay, so those characters is, his name is Jack, and then the other one is Velisky. Okay, so it says both of them passed away in real life soon after filming was finished. Okay, so Jason Miller Wright, they said cheated death when he was struck by a motorcycle during the making of the film. And even the stars were affected. Linda Blair's grandfather died during the shoot, and Max von Sydow's brother died the first day Max was on set. Okay, I'm trying to calculate all this. Okay, so the major stars, they said, were affected. Okay, it could be a coincidence when someone's grandparent passes away, right, people? Because, you know, they're really old. Okay, so let's see. Okay, but Max's brother dying the first day of set is pretty creepy. It's getting way too creepy if everybody's family is passing away on the same day. That is creepy. So Jason Miller, who played Father Damien, had a brush with death too when he was hit by a motorbike during filming. Okay, it's not looking good. Maybe none of you should have signed up to do that movie. That's what we want to agree, right? Okay, so The Omen, just 2 years after The Nightmare of the Exorcist, filming began on The Omen. Okay, so this is 2 years later. A whole new film. The film follows the nightmare of Damien Thorne, an adopted boy who turns out to be the Antichrist. Okay, this is what the little boy looked like, people. All right, let's see if we can find anything else that you might want to see. Okay, so this is the last movie, The Exorcist, right here, where the lady's in bed and the main characters, as you can see. Okay, so let's see if we got anything else. Oh, here's the priest on the movie of The Exorcist. Okay. Okay, so let's see what else we got. I mean, this is all sounding bad. Here's Linda Blair from The Exorcist. She looks very evil and demonic, as you can see. And if you guys are listening and, you know, you're liking this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know that you are enjoying listening to the Death series. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe. You know what I mean, people? I'm just saying. And if you have not seen already my prison series, then go ahead and check it out, because I like knowing if you guys like the stuff that I'm putting my time and energy into. It really is helpful when you let me know in the comments below. Okay, so let's get to this. Okay, so Damien, the Antichrist character, became an icon of horror cinema. This is in 1976 at that time period. So, kids, if you're out there listening, I guess this might be a good bedtime story. Okay, so claims the film was cursed began 2 months before filming began. Okay, so before they started filming, I guess when they're setting up stuff, the production, they're noticing weird activity. And this again was in 1975 when lead actor Gregory Peck's son, Jonathan, shot himself dead. Okay, so his plane was then struck by lightning, which is an unfortunate and unlikely occurrence itself. But then executive producer Mace Newfield's plane was also struck in a completely separate incident during filming. They also planned to hire a plane for aerial shots in Israel, but the airline switched the planes at the last minute. Okay. That proved to be a lucky escape, as the original plane crashed on takeoff soon after, killing everyone on board. Oh no, people. What did they have to do after that? Get new people to set? It's hard to know what happened. But the chilling incident that really cemented the Omen's cursed reputation came in a horrific accident after filming wrapped. Gregory Peck in the Omen's famous decapitation scene, which would have a horrific real-world recreation in the same year the film was released. Special effects designer John Richardson, who designed the famous decapitation scene, was in a car crash, while sculptor Liz Moore was in the passenger seat. Richardson survived the smash, but Moore was decapitated. Oh no. Oh no. I'm looking over this. Okay, so the scene was a decapitating scene, and then in real life she became decapitated. Oh no. So the stuff that people play in movies ends up happening in their real life shortly after. That sounds very scary. You're acting it out and then it actually happens. Oh no, we don't like that, people, do we? He even claimed that when he stumbled out of the car, he noticed a road sign saying he was 66.6 kilometers away from the town of Oman. Sounds pretty creepy, right? The crash took place on the 13th of August, 1976, Friday the 13th. Oh gosh, this sounds very scary and creepy, right, people? Okay, so the next movie we're going to talk about is The Poltergeist. This movie is from 1982, follows the story of a family home being overrun with evil spirits seeking to abduct their young daughter. The supernatural horror was accused of being cursed as revenge for the film's inclusion of real human remains. Okay, this is a scene from The Poltergeist from 1982. It stars a young girl being lured by malevolent ghosts. Okay. You see? Pretty creepy, right, people? In one scene, the actress Jo Beth Williams is dragged into her family's swimming pool. As she tries to get out, she bumps into decaying corpses and skeletons. I assumed that they were prop skeletons made out of plastic or rubber. I found out, as did the whole crew, that they were using real skeletons. I knew it. See, people, I told you, if you use real stuff, the creepiness happens, okay? Because it's far too expensive to make fake skeletons out of rubber. Oh no, so this is the reason the bad stuff is happening, because I told you, they went to those thrift stores and they got those skeletons, people. Stay away from those skeletons. You don't know whose bones it is, because it's like you're playing with fire, people. You take that person, their little skeleton, and now it's in your house, and now it's like, it feels like they're not at peace, and like you're basically making fun of the skeleton, so the skeleton wants to take it out on you because y'all think you're all that making this movie. That's what it was thinking, I'm guessing. Okay, so Jo Beth Williams spent days filming in a muddy pool filled with real human skeletons that she did not know were real until afterwards. Oh, that's even more foul and creepy. I would be asking for extra pay. Like, I can't believe you had me do that scene. There were several disturbing deaths associated with the movie, including that of Heather O'Rourke, who delivered the film's most quoted line, "They're here!" She shockingly died in 1988, aged 12, after suffering a cardiac arrest and septic shock. Okay, so let's see, what year was this movie again? 1982. Okay, and then she died 1988. I don't know. Okay, so, and 22-year-old Dominique Dunn, who played Oak's character, older sister, was strangled to death by her ex-boyfriend just 4 months after the film was released. Now, she was a part of the set. Okay. Many years later, in 2009, Poltergeist actor Lou Perryman was hacked to death with an axe by an ex-convict who stole his car. Heather, from the movie, died suddenly at the age of 12 after starring in Poltergeist 3. Okay, people, so the lesson of the day is, if you play in these movies, bad things happen. And I mean, it brings me back to the Queen of the Damned when Aaliyah the singer played some type of evil entity and then shortly after, her plane crashed. Okay, people? You can't play evil things in these movies, and it seems like the director is using real things to make the scene even more scary, where more crazy things happen, that it's like once you're involved on set, there's no going back. Okay, so the next movie we're going to talk about is from 1994. It's called The Crow. He was supposed to be the film that would be the big break for Bruce Lee's son Brandon, but Brandon was infamously killed in one of Hollywood's most notorious on-set freak accidents. The 28-year-old plays a murdered rock musician who returns from the dead to avenge the rape and killing of his fiancée. Okay, as well as his own slaying. Oh gosh, people. Okay, so Brandon Lee starring in The Crow, the movie in which he was tragically killed during filming. This is just too much, right, people? Just too much. Okay, so hold on. Just over a week before the film was finished, Brandon was involved in a scene where another actor had to fire blanks at him from a 44.4 Magnum. Okay, oh gosh. Okay, so alright, we'll possibly do another, This is too much. Okay, so a dummy bullet from a previous scene was lodged in the barrel of the prop gun without anyone realizing. When the blank round was fired at Brandon, it pretty much, the dummy bullet at him, got him. The same speed as a live round. Brandon was hit in the abdominal, and despite 6 hours of emergency surgery, he still passed away on the operating table. But Brandon's death wasn't the only terrifying accident on set, and that's him right there. Oh gosh. Look at this. Okay. That's crazy, people. Okay, so the next movie we're going to talk about is called The Twilight Zone movie. Inspired by the mind-bending TV series, same name John Landis and Steven Spielberg's 1983 film adaptation of The Twilight Zone suffered a horrific catastrophic during filming. The film follows the story of Bill Connor, played by Vic Morrow, a man who travels through time and experiences different kinds of prejudice in different eras. Okay, so Vic Morrow starred in the movie version of The Twilight Zone. His involvement would end in one of the worst on-set tragedies in Hollywood history, and this is back in 1983. In one scene, Morrow was supposed to rescue 2 children from a burning village during the Vietnam War as a helicopter flew overhead. In an action-packed shot, a fireball from an explosion engulfed the chopper and the pilot lost control. Okay, so let's see. The helicopter was spiraling and dropped from the air in front of 100 people on set. Then it crashed down on top of Morrow and 2 allegedly hired child actors. Okay, so it's another bad scene, people. Okay, so Morrow and Lee were decapitated by the helicopter's rotating blades while Cheyenne was crushed to death. The horrific incident led to legal battles which ran for nearly a decade. But ultimately, the members of the production team accused, including director Landis, were acquitted of manslaughter. Okay. Just a bunch of craziness, right, people? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe.